All right, it's 9 p.m. EST, and we're going to get started with this amazing webinar hosted by Darren Salkeld, our #1 top earner who's ready to spill his inside secrets that made him over 3.8, I would say right now, $1 million in MOBE commission, since these guys are cranking out sales every single day. So I'm super excited. My name is Unique van den Bos. I will be a host together with Darren. I'm an affiliate manager with MOBE, and just super excited. There's a lot of people on this call, so if you have any questions to Darren, please make sure you type in the question box. Darren's gonna be over like a lot of valuable content, so we will try to answer as many questions as possible, but most of the questions will be answered at the end of the call. Darren did tell me that this call might be a little bit long because, as I just said, he spent a lot of hours and days really to prepare this webinar, because he said, if I'm going to commit to this webinar, I want to make sure that people are going to get a lot of value out of this webinar. So he prepared something really good. He gave me a sneak peek, and it's really valuable, and it's something that not a lot of people talk about in this industry or are willing to share. So that you guys are here on this webinar is just amazing. I'm really happy for you guys. So let me tell you a little bit more about Darren Salkeld. Funny thing is, Darren Salkeld started as a factory worker, and what's funny is he also was a bird farmer. And when he told me that, I actually had to laugh, because if you picture this, an ex-factory worker / bird farmer that generates over $3.8 million in MOBE commissions, that's pretty rare, right? Well, he did it. So Darren has been in this industry for about 15 years. He's been a top earner in multiple business opportunities over the years, super affiliate for many products in this industry space. And one thing I like about Darren, he's very humble. Like, I got to know Darren at one of our titanium masterminds in the Bahamas. And the funny thing is that nobody knew Darren. Like, him and his team Redshift, they generated all this money, but they never really showed their faces. They just do their own thing and generate money for them. And the funny thing is, he was in the back of the room helping people, and he didn't really care about the spotlight. All he cared about, he was helping people and making sure he was adding value to the group. So without further ado, I'm pretty sure you guys want to get to know Darren and his webinar and not listen to me ramble here. So I'm going to bring him out. Darren, can you hear me? Are you there? Let's see.
Hey, Unique. What's up, my man?
I'm good. What about yourself?
I am doing so good. So good.
That's great to hear. Great to hear. So, Darren, what you going to share with us tonight?
I got a lot of content, and it took me quite a bit of time to put this together, because, I didn't want to come out here with just some cookie cutter slideshow or cookie cutter presentation that people have heard before. And I mean, I could have talked about just one traffic method or multiple traffic methods, but I thought I want to give people more value, because you can go buy traffic from anywhere, you can generate traffic, but the real trick to generating a lot of commissions is converting that traffic. Yeah. What do you do when you get the traffic? So that's what I'm going to talk about.
That's great. That's great. Well, hey, Darren, we know you right now. I shared as much as possible as I possibly could. You're a MOBE Diamond member. You have MOBE motors. What MOBE motor do you have? What MOBE mark do you have?
I've got a brand new ML63 AMG, and it's pretty awesome. It's got the performance package. It's got 550 horsepower. The thing is just a beast. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome. And also something very interesting about you is that you live in 2 countries, right?
Yeah, my primary home is in central Canada, and then I've also got a place down in Mexico, not too far from where you live, actually. So just to get away from the cold in the wintertime, me and Ron to go down there and spend time in Mexico.
Awesome. Hey, Darren, I know that all these people are very excited for you to share this content. There's a lot of people already chatting and putting up their hands and down. So let's just get started. I'm going to give you the screen, and you just rock the show.
All right. Yeah, just also, yeah, I guess pass me over the screen, and then we'll get rolling here. I also kind of want to just take a moment to recognize you and thank you for your amazing support and leadership in the community. I know you go above and beyond to help people, and not too often do affiliate managers or staff members get recognized, but I mean, people like you that are behind the scenes are really what keeps this business cranking.
Man, I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's what it's all about with MOBE. You know, we're here to help people really create that income that they desire. So, you know, we're really happy that we can play a role in a lot of people's lives and, you know, help them generate that first commission in their business here. So I just flashed you the screen. Let me know if you have it.
Yeah, I think I accepted it, so just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, I see your MOBE mark right there.
All right.
All right, well, I'm going to mute myself and have a lot of fun.
All right, let me just get this open up full screen here, and we'll get rolling here. All right, guys, so as Unique said, my name is Darren Sawkill. I'm from Canada. I used to be a bird farmer and stuff, and I don't want to bore you guys with a lot of backstory. I want to get rolling right into this. So first, I just want to say I'm extremely excited to be here on this webinar, and even more excited to share the actionable strategies with everybody who is joining us here tonight. I do know we have a full house. In fact, I'm pretty sure there were several people who couldn't get on. So those of you who are on live with us, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. You won't be disappointed. So let's just stay to the end here and stay focused on this. Shut your phones off, shut your email, shut your Facebook off, close the door. Just put your attention on here, because I promise you, you're going to see some stuff that you don't normally see. People don't normally share this kind of stuff. Over the last 2 days, I thought long and hard about what to share with everyone. And it's not that I don't have the content to share. That's not the issue. The issue is I've been in the industry a long time, and I have a little too much to share on a one-time event like this. We're limited on time, so I had to think about what I could share that would give people the biggest kind of aha moment, while still being straightforward enough so you could take immediate action on it. My goal here today is to provide you with a simple and effective strategy that can help boost conversions on the front end and the back end, while giving you a well-respected asset list that you can be proud of. Now, will it take some time and effort to implement? Yes, of course. Will it be worth seeing increased sales and gaining customer loyalty? Absolutely. By the end of this presentation, I will have shown you exactly how to properly string together what I call a relationship funnel. This is a process proven to help boost conversions, so I'm really excited to hear feedback from anyone that takes action on this. For those who stay right to the end, I will give them some flow charts, and I will give them an action plan and some other critical resources to help implement the strategies, even if you're a complete newbie. Keep in mind that nothing comes from nothing in this world. So if you want to reach the next level of success, you need to dig in, set yourself up for success, even if that means getting your knuckles a little bloody through the process. Just 1 second here. My slideshow here is just messed up for 1 second. Yannick, can you still see my screen okay?
Yeah, I can see your screen. And for the people asking, yes, Darren will be in the Dominican Republic. So if you want to meet him and work with him in the Dominican Republic, Titanium Mastermind, he will be there. But I can see your screen. Yeah, I see the quote, leaders are the creators of their lives.
All right, okay, so let's get on. So I'm just going to explain this slide here just a little bit here. You know, you have to keep fighting. Like I get in the trenches and I dig all the time. So you got to keep fighting, climbing, and striving for greatness every day. You know, I always say there's two types of people in life. There's leaders and there's followers. And you have to decide which one you are. Are you someone who gives direction, or are you someone who follows, who takes direction? Are you the leader or are you the follower? Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Running your own business online takes dedication, effort, and internal drive to achieve massive success. Just one sec, Unique. I'm sorry, I don't normally do these live presentations, and the little GoToWebinar thing keeps popping out on me here and messes up the slideshow.
No worries. Let's see. We're getting a bunch of questions here. I'm trying to answer all you guys' questions in private. If you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the question box, and we will get to all your questions.
All right, so let's get going. So, I mean, on the screen you see some of our commissions from our back office, just to show that it is really legit. This screenshot on the very right was actually just taken this morning. So, and we get paid every week. So the approved commissions that you see there, the $150,000, that's actually what's been ringing up for the last 7 days, just to show you guys that what we're doing here really is real. Running your own business online, it takes dedication and effort. So if you want to go from $100,000 a year to $100,000 a month to $100,000 a week, you need to be mentally prepared, and you can't be afraid of success. One of the biggest reasons for failure among people, it's not the system or the products or even the traffic source. Now, granted, sometimes those could be the issue or a combination of them, but the main reason people fail, it's because they themselves, they're afraid of success. Think about that for a minute. All your life you've been programmed that you have to go out and punch a time clock and work for whatever salary your boss tells you that you're worth. And the sad thing is, most people, they believe that they're told what they're told. They mentally limit their earning ability because they're programmed to be a follower. They're programmed from an early age to have an employee mindset. The first step on your journey to major breakthroughs is to shift your mind and think like a business owner. Be the leader, not the follower. Tell yourself that you're worth more. Tell yourself that you deserve more. Open your mind and embrace success, because success, it will come to you. Don't let anybody convince you differently. Be strong and stay focused. Now, to become the leader, it means that you don't have someone telling you when to do the tasks. You do the tasks yourself, and you get it done. Becoming the leader, it means that you don't have someone telling you what tasks need to be done to outperform others. You tell yourself what to do, and you get it done. Becoming the leader means you have to get up each time you stumble and not cry about it, not complain about it, definitely not look for sympathy from others. You need to tell yourself that every bump in the road is simply a learning experience, a stepping stone, so you can crystallize your goals even further, so you can move faster, easier, further, and more unrestricted the next time the obstacle presents itself. Now, don't get me wrong here. You can make a lot of money with a system that is already built for you, simply by placing ads and letting it go on autopilot. I'm not telling you that you won't be successful with your existing business or mindset. That's the beauty of what's in place. It's truly done for you and ready for you to make sales with. So I don't want to scare anybody or make it sound like you're at a disadvantage, because you're not at all. The system flat out works, and thousands of success stories from regular people from all over the world, they're proof of that. What I'm doing with that previous little speech of mine is I'm talking to the people who want to take their business to the next level, those who want to shatter through the glass ceiling and experience true unfettered freedom and income potential with their life going forward. Now look, if you want to make 10 or 20 grand or more per month with what's existing, you absolutely can with little effort. I mean, no doubt about it. I was asked to come out here and share my own personal thoughts as to what it really takes to scale up and be at the top of the game. So, like, I hope everybody's okay with me kind of just being real here for a little bit. So, now, since we're on the topic of putting in a little bit of extra energy to blow past the competition, I want to share something really cool. And on the screen, I've got this little image, and I've been looking at this kind of an image for many years now. As soon as when the first video came out of the 212, this will give you a visualization of how putting in just a small bit of extra effort can propel your business to new levels, and it's called the extra degree. If you want to step ahead of the crowd and be a powerful force in anything you do in life, you need to always exert the extra degree of energy. So check out the image, and when you understand it, you should get one of those aha moments. At 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. When water boils, it causes steam, and with steam, you can power a train. Now, to me, that's pretty amazing. One simple degree can move a 40,000 or 400,000 pound train. That, to me, is amazing. Another visualization I'd like you to think of, and then we'll move on. Think about the margin of difference between an Olympic sprinter who captures first place and those who finish second or third. It's literally milliseconds. Imagine the person who won just gave that one extra degree of energy and claimed the ultimate prize. One extra degree, it really makes all the difference in anything that life brings forward. So I want you guys all to remember how powerful that is. The next time in your mind, the next time that you know deep down inside that you should be researching or placing an ad or following up with someone, right then and there at that very moment, when your mind starts to play tricks on you and attempts to convince you that it's okay to leave the task until tomorrow, remember the extra degree. Remember, your competition is going to be sitting there grinding until the tasks are done. Remember, people like me are going to be sitting there all night grinding and grinding and grinding while somebody else is sitting there watching TV or thinking about going out or partying. It's that extra degree of energy that puts you past the finish line. The person with the larger success potential is the person who puts in more effort. It's just that simple. So don't wait for tomorrow to do something, because quite literally tomorrow never comes. And that's one of the favorite things that we always joke about in Mexico, because everybody's mañana, mañana, tomorrow, tomorrow, because tomorrow really never comes. Now, obviously, I don't want to make this some philosophical speech or presentation by any means, but I do really want to stress the importance and value of a proper mindset. With the proper mindset, you can truly carve your own path in life and write your own future. Now, just quickly, for those who don't already know, I want to say that I am not a motivational speaker. I mean, as you can probably tell. I'm not trying to make this presentation into one of those feel-good, smile and money will rain down on you type of events at all either. I just say it like it is, and I'm known for getting in the trenches and grinding each and every day. I put in the effort, and for that I'm rewarded with success that comes as a direct result of my own efforts. I don't look for handouts, and I definitely don't expect handouts. The reason I went through this with you is because I do strongly believe that you have to be set up properly for success, because when success comes, it can come really fast. If you're not ready for it, that can leave you even in a worse spot than you started. So just be mentally strong, be prepared, and know where you're going to go with each step you take on the path of your journey. All right. Now that you're mentally prepared, it's time to get into the strategies which can accelerate the rate of success you have in any business model. Now, I'd like you to think about for 1 second what one word defines your success. If I was to ask you that question right now, would any of you be able to answer honestly? So, Nick, if you can just ask people, like, what one single word would somebody say defines their success? If you can type that in, we'll just get kind of a random sampling and then we'll move on.
Yeah, guys, so just type that into the chat box and I will shout it out. So I see drive, success, freedom, action, money, perseverance, the diligence and spirit, motivation, perseverance, do, focus, mindset. Okay, hard work, dedication, determination, effort, no newbies, no success, tenacity, dedication, need, time, commitment, family, freedom, motivation. Awesome. Woo, failure, helping others, it goes on. The list goes on.
All right. Okay, awesome. So those are all really good and pretty amazing answers. And out of everything that you said there, I didn't hear the one word that I define as success. So the one word that I define as success is relationships. Now, a good relationship really bonds. It's the glue that really does everything, because if you think about it, in the digital world that we live in these days, a solid relationship is really all you have, because everybody's faceless these days. We're looking at a screen, we're looking at text, we're hearing audios. So if you have a relationship with somebody, their circle of influence becomes your circle of influence. Systems are also good, but you know what a system is. A system is an automated relationship builder, if you really think about it. And I'd like everybody to write that one down. A system is an automated relationship builder. It allows you to scale your business up because it's automatically building the relationships and solidifying the relationships with your prospects, your customers, your fans. So to me, relationships is the word there. And there's a few different types of relationships. I've got it on the screen there. I want to kind of just explain a couple of these things here. The personal relationships, these are the kind you form when you meet someone in person, when you form a friendship, and you build on their circle of influence. The personal relationship is not made through email, phone, text, video, whatever. It's made in person at events. And that's actually where I met some of my team members 10, 12 years ago. We built a relationship and we just grow on that. And I mean, it's the most powerful thing in the world. You got to treat a personal relationship like gold. The next one here is raving fans. Social media has really made the fan base relationship stronger. These are the kind when if you constantly deliver amazing value with everything you offer, you extend the free line and you share openly with others, and you give without expecting anything in return, that's when you'll see good karma come your way, and you'll have a good, loyal fan base. Another one here is your customer relationships. These are the people who have paid you for a product or service. You want to keep in touch with them and always over-deliver because they're your customers. They've opened up to you. Now, there's also prospect and leads. These are people who are in search of a solution, and they've come to you for an answer. Always remember that people aren't looking to buy something online. They're coming to you to solve a problem or to help them discover a way to fulfill a burning desire that they have. And that's very important, so write this one down. People are not looking to buy online from you. They're looking for a way to solve a problem or issue. It's your job to give them the solution. There's only a couple instances online where people would go to buy, dedicated to buy, and that's like eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. But other than that, people really are going online. And back in the day, I don't even know if anybody remembers, but in the early 90s when the internet was first being born, it used to be coined the information superhighway because it was all about information. These days it's being changed and converted into a selling machine. But still, if you think about what your primary objective is when you yourself go online, you're always looking for something. So if you keep that in mind when you're building your business and your funnels out, you should always be delivering value to people. When people know, like, and trust you, you'll have a relationship formed, and they will take your recommendations for products that can accelerate their own problem solving. So I hope that sounds pretty simple. Here it is in just 3 simple phrases here. Give information, solve problems, and build relationships. Now that's going to bring us to the good stuff here. Let's look at how you can put together a simple front-end process which helps convert visitors into customers and customers into repeat customers and ultimately create raving good fans. So I hope everybody's getting a little bit of good value so far and learning a few things before we go on, because right away here we're going to get into kind of what I think everybody's here for. So what I'm going to share with you right now is a simple yet highly effective front-end process that it really works well. When I share this kind of information, like it usually is with high-paying clients or done in person. Now, due to the time constraints of the webinar like this, what you're going to get right now is a scaled-down version and an action plan, but it's still highly potent and easy to implement. With that being said, I will provide you with a resource link to download my flowcharts and actionable documents and a few other tips and tricks that can be used to almost immediately boost conversions, goodwill, and relationships with traffic and conversion. So if you think that's cool and would like me to provide you with these resources, stick around to the end and I'll provide that link right at the end there.
Yeah, people are pretty excited so far. I'm getting a lot of good feedback here and a lot of questions. A lot of yeah, awesome, for sure, can't wait. So keep on going because people are really, really excited to learn more about this.
All right, sounds good, my man. So, as I said, I think this is the part that everybody wants to see, although, like I mentioned many times before already, everything else I discussed before is critical to your success. The mindset, being the leader, giving the extra degree of energy, that is all critical, because none of this, what I'm going to share right now, matters if you're not going to get off the couch and go do it. None of it matters if you're not going to think about your business when you go to bed at night. Like you gotta eat, sleep, breathe, dream, everything about your business. So now that you're clear on that, let's proceed. None of what I'm going to show you from this point forward is too far out of the box, nor is it too expensive to implement. The key, though, is to get it implemented in some fashion or another if you want to see any kind of elevated results other than what you consider normal. All I ask from you is that you take an effort to implement this stuff, and you will see a boost in your conversions. I guarantee it. So just to let you know, I have many different front-end funnels, as you can imagine, but the one I'm about to show you is by far the easiest and most effective to implement if you want more responsive leads, more immediate sales, and more long-term customers. Now, on a bit of a side note, this will work for all kinds of traffic sources, so it doesn't matter if you use direct mail, Facebook, banners, emails, or whatever. This will work. The traffic source is irrelevant as long as it's targeted to what you're offering. Here's a quick case study. It's documented and fully verified. Over the last few months, I've worked close with Rhonda. Together, we've worked through some of the same strategies that I'm about to share with you and have implemented these same relationship funnels for various traffic sources. In just one of her targeted direct mail campaigns, Rhonda was able to bring in a whopping 1,366% return on investment simply by directing traffic through what I call the relationship funnel. Now, this kind of hyper-responsive ROI, it doesn't happen all the time, obviously, but conversions are normally elevated when the process is done right with relationship funnels. Rhonda's campaign actually cost, get this, it cost her $750 out of pocket, plus 2 full days of time and energy. This meant she gave up a full weekend from sun up until sundown working on this. But guess what? The campaign brought her in 3 MLR sales and a full titanium and platinum combo. It's not hard to do the math on that one, folks. That's $11,000 commission paid minus $750 hard costs out of pocket, leaving a net profit of $10,250. That's the result of putting in the extra degree of energy to complete things right. That's the result of giving up a whole weekend, for shutting off the phones, for closing the email, for avoiding the TV, and just plain old getting in the trench and making it done. That, my friends, is what dedicated effort plus the right information funnel plus targeted traffic can do. It gave Rhonda over $10,000 pure profit, and she's still a newbie at this. Now, I know Yannick here. He's also been implementing some of my strategies over the last several weeks, and I believe he's also seen a nice boost in conversion starting to come in. Isn't that right, Yannick?
Yeah, that's actually pretty right. I was actually just checking my my stats here. In the last 30 days, I'm actually close to 9K due to the strategies. Most of it is actually just having the warming up that traffic as you were explaining in this webinar so far, and also I know that you're going to dive into that deeper further on, but really, as you said, building up that relationship, before sending them to like an affiliate link of MOBE, just really warming up the traffic and making them ready to see the MOBE offer. And I think that was really the crucial part, what actually changed or actually boosted up my conversions like tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely right, my friend. These campaigns, they can be wildly profitable for anybody who deploys them, simply because the leads coming through have their exact problem solved in a non-pushy, dialed-in, informative type environment. Normally, when people get started in businesses or affiliate marketing or any of that kind of stuff, they will take the link and just send their affiliate link straight out. But what we're going to do here, what we're going to show you, is how to take the traffic, go out and research, find exactly what the target audience is looking for, and really warm them up before you present them your affiliate link. Now, obviously, before we continue, I want to point out something very important here. Obviously, my results are not typical, neither are the results of most top earners. Those who achieve extraordinary results, they put in extraordinary effort. By sharing this information with you, I am not in any way meaning to suggest or imply that you will achieve the same or even similar results. I don't know you. I don't know your work ethic. Hey, you could do better than me, or you could do worse. You and only you are in the driver's seat of your own vehicle down the path to success. So that's my disclaimer for everybody listening. Plus, I thought it was really cool. I always wanted to put a skull and crossbones on a presentation, so now I can check that one off my bucket list. As I mentioned, this is quite simple and highly effective. So if you catch yourself saying things like, hey, I already knew that, then I want you to ask yourself, if you knew that, why aren't you already doing it? I assure you that when what I'm about to show you is implemented, the quality of your leads will go up. Your front-end conversions will go up, and your back-end repeat customers will also go up. The ripple effect from this is so simple yet powerful. The front-end process will exponentially increase your bottom line from the same advertising campaigns that are already working for you. Okay, so on the screen I have a typical front-end process, which everybody is probably already aware of. This is what I call the normal flow that everybody uses. And it goes something like this. You have your advertising traffic, it goes to the opt-in page, you capture them on an email autoresponder list, and then emails are sent out which literally beat the lead over the head. So they see the same pitch over and over and over again. Like it really is, it's enough to make someone crazy being pitched all the time. This is what I call the old method of online marketing. It kills the open rates of your email list, and it makes the lead numb to your email messages, which is why conversions are not very good. I mean, think about it. How responsive are you when you get pounded by emails sending you back to the same pitch over and over and over again? If you're anything like me, you'll just do a mass delete and you don't even open the messages because there is zero value for your valuable time. Now, take a look at this next process flow. This is what I call the new way of doing it. It's the right way to do affiliate marketing these days. I'm going to explain what each of these boxes mean, and I'm going to show you how to easily get this made so you can fuel your own credibility, authority, and trust with the traffic that you get. Now, don't be overwhelmed looking at this. It really is quite easy, and heck, you don't even have to do it yourself. You can get talent from Fiverr, Elance, Odesk, or any other outsourcing firm to help you with the nitty-gritty stuff. Now, remember Rhonda's case study that I mentioned. We were able to get a very similar process flow up for her, just like this, in about 2 days' time, and that's what returned over $10,000 profit. And now she's building relationships with various traffic sources automatically because she's got this built. To create the pages, you don't have to be techie at all. I mean, heck, you can easily make all your pages in simple WYSIWYG editors like Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, Megaphone, those kind of things. I mean, you can find those online. They're point, click, simple. So seriously, the time to live is very quick once you have all the pieces in place the first time around, you don't need to spend time researching, or you just need to spend time researching the pain points of your traffic source and prepare solutions for them. That's the real secret. Giving people what they want, not what you think they need. Give them what they want, not what you think they need. So write that down. The secret is to give people what they want, not what you think they need. Let's break down this page and give you an action plan so it becomes very clear, and then you can go implement the process straight away for your own business. For the example going forward, I'm actually going to use a non-related niche market because really I don't want everybody rushing out and putting up 10,000 pages that look the same, because that'll be non-productive and very counterintuitive actually. So the slides I use here, or the examples I use here, should give you enough insight about how this process flow works so you can dig in tonight and start your own relationship funnels. The first and most important part of this whole process is preparing what I call solution kits to your prospects' problems. When you have those ready, all you do is just plug it in. Now, just so you know, the solution kits are delivered at the highlighted points on this flow chart. So like I said, once you have the information ready, you just plug it into the pages where the green little boxes are, and you're set. You don't have to, don't worry if you can't write all of this down as we go through it. I know we're short on time, so I will include these flow charts and an action plan in
Hey,
my
Darren.
results documents. Yeah.
Quick question. Could you explain to people what a OTO is and an AR, because we're getting some questions about it?
Yeah, for sure.
And also VSL. Thanks.
Yeah, the AR just simply means autoresponder. So if you have an Aweber or a GetResponse or a MailChimp, autoresponder is something that you capture your own emails on, so you can have it automatically respond to them, automatically send out emails, which delivers it builds on your relationship. So when somebody comes to your lead capture page or your opt-in page, that email that they enter is actually going into what we call the autoresponder. Now, the OTO is just simply short for one-time offer. So it's a page that you're going to display only once to people. So once they opt in, the people will land on this OTO. VSL just means video sales letter. So it's just short for meaning you're going to put a video on that page, and it's going to be an educational video. So, for example, if you opt into the page, on the thank you page, I would talk to you for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I would educate you on the solution that I'm giving you in the product kit. So if you opted in for a free report on how to lose weight naturally, before the report would be delivered in your email, but I would explain it all in that video, build the trust, build the credibility, build the relationship, and at the end of that video, that's when I would give just kind of what I call a silent pitch. If you like all of this information and you want my help implementing it, we've got a 21-step coaching program that you can learn more from, and we would send them right off to like the checkout form, because that person now has got education. They didn't get a big pitch from you. And I'm going to explain all of that in a couple of minutes here. But basically that's kind of the nutshell of it. As I go through the next couple of slides here, I'll try and clear all of this up for you. Is that okay, Yannick, or do you want me to answer something else on that?
No, I think that was it. Thank you.
All right. So, you know, like I say, don't worry if you can't write all of this down at the moment, or if you don't quite comprehend it, because I will give you these slides, and over the next few slides, I've got what I call an action plan with some examples. So I'm going to share that with people too. And I'm also, you know, I'm going to Dominican Republic, so if anybody's going to be there, I mean, I'd be happy to sit down with people there as well. So here's just a short step-by-step bullet point action plan, and this is what needs to get done in order to plug in all the holes on that flow chart. So step number one, you want to research the symptoms which cause the pain for your prospects. Research the symptoms which cause the pain for your prospects. Now, I will explain this as we go on a little bit, but basically you want to find out what their pain points are, find out what they most desire in life, and find out what their emotional triggers are. Step number 2, you want to determine the solutions. This is the part that takes the most effort. This is where the extra degree of effort comes into play for most people. The answers are out there, but it takes digging around, and it takes time and effort to sift through all the crap online, to compile what's right and what works. That's why people will love you when you give them all the solutions in one place, because quite literally, if you try and search for an answer, it could take you hours and it could take you days, but if you're the person that has it all compiled in one spot, people are going to love you. The next thing you want to do is you want to create the solution kit. So take all of that research that you've done and everything you've compiled and put it into documents. Format the documents into a nice looking PDF report. Create an audio version of your report. Basically all you got to do is read your report that's finished and you've got a audio version of it. Attach slides to the audios and render it as a video. Now all of this you can easily outsource once you have compiled your notes. So like you literally don't have to do any of this. You just do all the research, compile your notes, go to Fiverr, hire somebody to translate your notes into a document, hire a formatting expert to format it into a report, hire a voiceover artist to read it, and hire a keynote expert to render it into a video. So quite literally for less than $50 you can have like a really solid report made. Then step number 4, you want to create the pages and plug in the content. And we use a WYSIWYG page builder tool like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels, like there's several of them out there. You want to make the opt-in pages and you want to make the main product delivery page. You want to make the follow-up pages and you want to make follow-up emails. You want to connect it all and you want to test it all. Now what makes my process so much different than most everybody else out there is I solve about 4 to 5 underlying symptoms for the problem, which actually produces 4 to 5 full information deliverables for the target prospect. And that's why that sales funnel flowchart actually looked so big, because I'm creating 4 to 5 informational reports for every major problem that I uncover with the leads. So that's why they really fall in love with you, because you just keep solving problem after problem after problem. And then when it comes time to give them a paid solution, they will take your recommendation. So in an example here, the main underlying point could be, for example, how to lose weight and keep it off. So during my research, I would dig into the symptoms of how to lose weight and keep it off. What's really causing the pain of that person? So now if we go back to step 1 that I just mentioned, we might see these as the symptoms, okay? So the symptoms which are causing that person's pain, why they can't keep the weight off, could be late night cravings, it could be fast food restaurants, it could be peer pressure, which is festering bad habits, it could be lack of time to exercise, and it could be a poor mindset health. Now step 2, determining the solutions. For each of these symptoms, I would now research the all-time top 5 proven solutions. I would document the solutions and prepare the supporting proof. I'd make detailed notes about the solutions so a mini report could be made on each one of them. Then in step number 3, I would have all of the notes, solutions, proof, and supporting document information formatted into a nice report, kind of like I just mentioned there. I would have all of the reports converted to an audio file by a voice talent. I would have the audio and report converted into a slideshow by a keynote expert. And since we had 5 symptoms in step number 1, and we came up with 5 proven solutions to each symptoms, you actually have 5 solid reports. And if you put them all together, you would have one main big report. to give to people. So I hope that makes sense, and I know we're going a little bit fast here, but if you did everything that I just explained, you would become an instant authority because you're going the extra mile here, and you're putting in the effort to compile all of this simple, easy-to-read stuff. You're reducing the amount of effort that the prospect needs to spend with their own research. This process, it will build instant trust and credibility between you and your prospects. Now, step number 4, creating the pages and plugging in the content. For step number 4, you simply need to create the pages and plug it in. Now, follow me here when I explain this part. Since you have 5 reports, you will create 5 opt-in pages. Now, that's kind of the secret. You have 5 reports, you're going to create 5 opt-in pages. The reason for this is because you already know your target prospect is searching for solutions to each of the symptoms you researched. You want to get in front of them every chance you can when they are searching. So the more they see you offering a solution to one of their symptoms, the more they will see you as a celebrity authority. They're going to put you on the pedestal of trust. Now, once again, I'll provide you with these worksheets so you can review them on your own time, but I assure you, when you understand this, it really will make sense as to why some people get such higher conversions. And so if you just think about it for a second, if you went and you were researching how to lose weight, and you had all of these symptoms, how do I stop late night craving, and bam, your next page came up. How do I stop peer pressure so I can slow down on my eating, bam, Yannick had a report for that. Every time you're searching, you're seeing the same person come up with the solution. They're some sort of a celebrity. They're almost like a Dr. Oz in your mind. So it's that's kind of how that front end works. So check this out. Now, there's a lot of writing on this, and I don't like to make slides that have so much writing, but basically, I'm just giving some samples of how I would write a headline for each of those 5 opt-in pages that we just discussed there. So I'll just explain a couple of them really quick here. Basically, when you make your headlines for your opt-in pages, you want to use the symptom and the primary pain point. And that's what I've got highlighted in each one of these as bold. It's the symptom and the primary pain point. So if you look at the first one, are you wandering around at night chewing on leftovers? Free report reveals, now this is the symptom, 5 simple ways to eliminate late night cravings so you can pain point, lose weight and keep it off. Okay, so that's the formula that I use to give away these free reports, because somebody's going to be searching, how do I eliminate late night cravings? How do I avoid peer pressure? How do I manage my time? How do I have a program my mind for success? So those are the ones that you want to come up with, and that's what you do in your research. Really, the research part of this whole exercise is the longest part, because you're going to outsource everything once you've got your notes, and then you're just going to plug it all together. And you can even hire somebody to plug it all together. So really, the research is where you're putting in that extra degree of energy. So on this slide here, on each of the opt-in pages, you'll make a video that explains the #1 solution for the specified symptom on that particular page. You will tell your prospect to opt in to receive all 5 solutions for that symptom, plus they will receive 4 additional free reports as a bonus. So really, I'm sure you'll agree that making something like this is a pretty powerful opt-in page for that targeted prospect. So now that you have the opt-in pages ready, the page right after it will be the thank you page with the educational video that I explained a little bit earlier there. It's going to kind of deliver a pitch with a related product. Not everyone will take this offer, obviously, the one-time offer. Not everybody will take it. But those who do take the offer, at least it's putting some money back towards your advertising spend. This is what I call the educational thank you page, and it does 2 things. It acknowledges that they subscribed, and it educates them on a related and paid-for solution. in the background, your email program will send a message with a link to the download page. Now, I just want to pause for a second here, because on this thank you page, I know some people will probably be wondering, what do I sell on that page? You can sell a couple of different things. If you pre-frame it right, you can sell right into like the 21-step program, or you can grab a product from the marketplace that's related, and you can sell the marketplace. I know Matt's got this awesome marketplace that he's putting together, so here's a perfect spot for your targeted prospect to put a button underneath that video that sells a highly related product, and start getting people in through hundreds of other products. So, I mean, there's literally a lot of places you can get. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit different for most people. So if you remember this original typical opt-in flow that I just put back up here, where people get beaten over the head with this for the same sales pitch over and over and over again. Most of your competition would be beating the lead on the head right now, trying to get them to see that same sales pitch day after day. Instead, your follow-up emails are going to lead to each of your solution videos that you had made. Okay, so it's educational. Each email you send will further educate and build the relationship, which increases the trust value between you and your lead. Now, why do we send them to videos if we already gave them all the reports in the main download page? That's a question that I often get when I show this funnel to people. Why would you send them to those videos when you've already given them the download? And the answer is quite simple. Because people are creatures of habit, and for the most part, they won't look at the download files you originally provided as bonuses. So by simply following up with pure content each day, you're further educating them on your video pages. You're getting to know them. You're building rapport. You're building a relationship, and you're showing that you actually care about them. This also shows that you really are an authority. It helps build the trust factor. Since you have an increased subscriber loyalty and a good relationship built, educating the prospect, there's now a higher chance of them accepting your 21-step coaching offer without the need to hard pitch it. On each of your educational pages, you'll put a link that goes directly to the checkout order form through your affiliate link. That's important because you're building a relationship and you're explaining in each of those videos. So you've got your video report, given the solution, and then you give a little bit of a pitch where you explain the 21 steps, you give the benefits, you can get that pitch off of the main sales letter for the MTTV, but you give the pitch and then you put your affiliate link so it goes straight to the checkout. So now the customer of yours, your prospect, they're believing that that is your checkout page, so it's really symmetric still. The person's already pre-sold from your authority, so they will take your recommendation without needing another full video pitch, okay? So of course, I mean, you can send them directly to the long VSL and future emails as a recommendation if the leads have not bought yet. So for everybody listening on this call, if you will take the time to deploy a simple relationship building funnel process like this, similar to this, you will increase the trust and respect with your leads, and when that happens, your conversions will ultimately go up. Now, I know that was a lot of content to process in a very short amount of time, so I hope it sinks in, and I hope you got great value from it. My recommendation here is if you want a surefire way to kickstart relationships with A players, now you really need A players on your team going forward if you want to scale it, and that's why I'm here today, is talking about how to scale your business. If you remember at the beginning, I said, I mean, you can make 10, 20, 30 grand a month easily out of the box. The MOBE system, it flat out works the way it is. So I mean, I don't want everybody to get off this call and think that they're at a disadvantage now because they're not doing this. You can absolutely make a lot of money the way MOBE is. I was brought on to say, how do we scale our business? So I'm showing you how we scale it. And one of the keys, if you want to scale, is to get A players on your team, and that means going to the live events. Go the extra mile. Put in the extra degree of effort and just do it. Just make it happen. I can't stress enough how important live events are for your success. Now, I know that we do have this event coming up in Dominican, the Titanium. So if you're on the call and you're a Titanium member already, you've already got your ticket. Don't procrastinate any longer. Book your airline tickets. Register for the upcoming event. You will not regret it. You get to network with millionaires, people who are making things happen. I know from a long time of history being in this industry, the few weeks and the few months coming back from the events, that's when your mind is vibrating so much with the positive energy. That's when you make the most sales. And that's one of the brilliant things that Matt does, is he has these events every 3-4 months, because the timeline for your vibrating good energy there is about 3-4 months. So I mean, you come home from the event and you blow a bunch of sales, just boom, 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 boom. Then you get on the plane, you go back to the next event, you come back, and you just keep reinvesting. I mean, you will not regret it if you get on the airplane and go to that event. So get booked. Now, one more thing here. I'm not sure how many spots are left here. Nick, maybe you or Boland or somebody can check it, but immersion, if there's any spots left, that is where you can really get the one-to-one help. The last I heard, I mean, I believe there was only a couple spots left for immersion.
Yeah, there's only
there's
only a couple spots left. I know that most of them are pretty much filled, but there's only a couple spots left. If you are interested in the immersion program, get back to your business coach and they can give you more information. If you are currently involved in MTTB or MOBE, then you can go back to your business coach. If you don't know what MTTB is, then just go to toptier.money and you can get more information there.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, if you're a MOBE member already, get with your coach, tell them you want to go to immersion, tell them you're registering for Titanium, and just do it. If you're a guest on the line, I know there's hundreds of guests on the line that were brought here tonight. If you got value from this training tonight, even if it, if it's a little too high level right now, don't worry about it. We've got a 21-step coaching program that starts right from scratch, and the coach will get on the phone with you on a daily basis, walk you through everything. It's cookie cutter simple. Your hand is held the whole way, and it's completely risk-free. It's $49 to get started. I really think that you should get started right now. Go to toptier.money. We'll have a top-tier coach personally call you and get you set up so you can plug into the same system that has allowed me and my team to generate over $3.8 million in really just the last 15 months. And it's allowed thousands of other regular people from around the world to also generate many thousands of dollars, virtually all hands-free. People, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. I mean, heck, it's $49 and it's risk-free. Come on. So get started today. Remember, tomorrow never comes. Do it now. Get started. Go to toptier.money. So again, it's on the screen there. It's toptier.money. And for everybody who is here tonight, before I turn the call back over to you, Nick, I did promise to give you the resource content. So if you just go over to my site, darrensawkeld.com/bonus, you'll just see a button there, and you can download a zip file with these flowcharts and that example action plan there. So that's it, guys and gals. That's a wrap for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you, Nick, or you want to say any words?
Wow, that was amazing, man. That was a really, really good webinar. A lot of people are giving a lot of positive feedback throughout the webinar. Like even now, we're getting a lot of comments coming in. Awesome content, thanks. Awesome content, thanks, Darren. Awesome information, thanks, Darren. That was tops, thumbs up, awesome info, very helpful. Guys, if you have, there's still hundreds of people on this webinar. If you have any questions for Darren in regards to your business, taking it to the next level, or if you just want to get started, or if you have any questions, this is the moment right now to ask them in the comment section. There will be a replay available. I know that some people actually, we actually have one guy who was listening in the car and was asking if if we could send a replay because he only has 7% left. That's real dedication. That you're watching it on your phone while driving, and you really want to don't miss this webinar. That's real dedication. So respect to you, to that person who did that. Man, we're still getting tons and tons of amazing. Thanks, Darren. Many good inputs. This is great, outstanding, great webinar, very informative. Man, it just goes on. Somebody says, "I love you, Darren." Thank you, Darren. Eye opener. This is awesome. God bless. Very pro. Uh, my
I,
mother is like, oh.
yeah, I really appreciate all the good feedback. If people really liked it like that, I mean, I know we're tight on time, but I mean, I'll be happy to come out again, and maybe we can dial it in a little bit simpler, so we can walk people through, maybe help people get started on a future event or something like that. But you got to take action, though. I mean,
I'm pretty
time
sure
is
myself and Matt Boland would love to have you on one of our Elite Earners call on a Tuesday, where we actually really help our members to help them with their business, with their current struggling points, and take them to the next level. But
yeah.
again, if you guys have any questions, like right now, I'm getting so much feedback on, like, it's amazing, thumbs up, and thank you. Give me just a few minutes to dive through this feedback and see if there's some real questions, and let me ask them to you. Okay, so there is going to be a replay available. First of all, Darren will be in the Dominican Republic. Yes, you will be able to speak with him. Let me see. A Tuesday call will be wonderful. Yeah, we're gonna get Darren on a Tuesday call as an elite earner and really train you and coach you. So no worries. Okay, here's a question. How long should the follow-up videos be? And what percentage of them is offering the solution versus selling?
The follow-up videos are mostly given the solution. So about 10-minute video is long enough because people's attention span isn't very long these days. So if you went to about 10 minutes, basically, if your report covers 5 solutions, so for one of the symptoms, like the late night cravings, if you found 5 ways to obliterate late night cravings, you would take the very top, the number 1 solution you found, and you would just explain that. If it was 4 or 5 minutes long, if it was 10 minutes long, explain that to them, and then just tell them underneath this video, I've got a PDF report which is going to reveal this one plus 4 more. It's free to download, and by the way, if you want me to help you implement it, I've got this amazing coaching program. You can click here to go check that out. So it's kind of like you just build the trust with the person, and they're naturally going to want to take your recommendation, because if you're coaching somebody, I mean, if I said to somebody, if I answered a whole bunch of questions and then I just told somebody, give me $49 and I'll call you tomorrow and every day for the next 10 days, they're going to pull a $50 bill out pretty quick. And that's what we have with MTTV, and I don't know why people don't just get started in it, because everybody that's on the call should just rush right over and get started on it. But in a nutshell, that's what those follow-up videos are. You just want to build the trust, build your authority, build your credibility. If it's 8 to 10 minutes long is about what I would make them.
All right, great answer. A couple more questions. First of all, happy birthday to Amy. She says this was a great birthday present and great presentation and value. She did have a question.
Happy birthday, Amy.
She did have a question for the email follow-ups. Is 5 days enough? And do you then email broadcast them thereafter?
You can make it as long as you want, but you just got to think. When I put a campaign together, I'm always thinking to myself, what do I want? What do I expect? Because if I don't want somebody to beat me to death with emails every day, if I would like an email every 2 days or something like that, maybe I'll spread them out every 2 days. Maybe I'll spread them out every 3 days. I think for the first 2 or 3 days, it's okay to give them an email a day. Then I would spread it out every 2 days, then go 3 or 4 days apart. And then you want to keep in touch with people at least once a week. I mean, I know there's big emailers in MOBE here that do a fantastic job with content. I mean, Shakir's one. He emails every day, and I mean, I read every one of his emails because he puts so much time and energy in there. If you've got content to share, by all means, share it. If you don't have content, I mean, at least keep in touch once a week. But I mean, the content's always there. Just research. That's where the extra degree of energy comes in. Take 3, 4, 5 hours on the weekend and research and write 3 or 4 emails for the next week.
Awesome. Let's see. We have another question here. Man, I just lost it. Here we go. Yes, there's going to be a replay again for the people that didn't hear the first time. is Google AdWords a tool you work with?
It depends what your landing page is like. I mean, I work with it in some other niche markets, but the work from home, make money from home business, biz op type stuff is it's a very finicky one. If you're going to use that, you have to really provide a lot of value and content, which you are with this type of a funnel. So you just have to do it right. I mean, you have to submit your pages for approval before you try and run the ads, obviously.
All right, cool. And I have another one here. How do you do an effectively research for the main pain points of your market/niche?
I would get into different forums. There's a lot of different forums. Like, for example, there's if you were going to target market, say, work from home moms, make a list of some of the top work from home moms forums. You can go to tools online like Alexa.com, Compete.com, tools like that. Find out what forums have the most traffic and visibility, and then just get in there, create an account, and just start reading and find what's the most common question people are asking. Because if people are asking the question and there's no real answer coming out, why don't you just go and research and find the answer? Find the most common questions that are being asked the most times and just write the answer to that.
Great. Hey, I have another question here from Jeff Gardner. You mentioned direct mail. Can you mail a postcard to BizUp buyers list to drive them into your online funnel, or do you recommend a longer sales letter?
When we send postcards and even direct mail sales letters, we send them right to an opt-in page, but our opt-in page is a little bit longer. So we'll have a video, plus it's not like a full-length sales page, but it's about 2 folds. When I say 2 folds, like 1 fold is the top screen, and then you scroll down and it's about that much longer. So you give information, but yeah, absolutely, a postcard works really well. What I do with postcards is, in the video, we'll actually hold up a postcard and we'll say something to the effect of, thanks for coming to my site. You're not here by chance, choice, coincidence, or any of that. You're here for a reason. You're here because I chose you and I actually sent you my postcard. It could be this one or it could be this one. Either way, I chose you to come to this site. You're meant to be here. You got to connect with people. Whatever traffic method you choose to use, you got to relate your message back to them. So one video on one opt-in page doesn't necessarily cover all traffic angles. When we did the campaign with Rhonda, we actually did direct mail sales letters. So in the landing page, we actually did a script similar to what I just said, but we held up the letter that the person got because instantly it connects with them that, yeah, I'm here for a reason.
Great. Hey, there's a couple more questions coming in, but I want to do something. I'm just going to see if I can get the screen back to me for a second, so don't be scared. Let me just do that right now. Hold on.
Do I have to do something to give you the screen back?
Hold on. Let me see if it works like this. Give me 1 second. I think it's going right now. Do you see my screen?
I just see the splash page. It just says like #1 MOBE earner, fills the inside, secret sauce, whatever it says. Oh, there we go. I see it, yeah.
What do you see? Facebook?
Splash screen again. I saw Facebook for just 1 second there.
All right. What I want you guys to do is just go to Facebook and then type in My Online Business Empire private group. And I'm just going to put a post here, and I'm going to ask you, what did you think of the webinar of Darren Salkeld, so you can give him the feedback there. Because I know Darren cannot read all the comments that are coming in, but I just want to make sure that he gets them all. So just go to facebook.com/groups/MOBE community. Let me just type it in here.
Oh, yeah, Nick, your audio's cutting out there, but I can see it on your screen there. So it's facebook.com/groups/MOBE community. yeah, this will be really helpful if people come there and give some feedback, because then we can really craft the next webinar to help people even more. We'll dial in on exactly what people are looking for, what areas that you really want to get help with, but also let us know if you got good value out of this one. Even though, I mean, for some people it would be spot on, I get that. Other people it would be way too high level, and I get that, I understand that. I mean, we can't please everybody, but I really want to, so I want to craft another webinar to speak to everybody.
All right, great. It's right there in the group. So just go to facebook.com/groups/MOBE community and just let us know what you think of this webinar. And then also, if you have any more questions for Darren, what I want you to do is just type into the question box, question, and then your question, so I can see that you have a question. Because right now we have a lot of comments, and it's really hard to see which ones are the questions. But one question that I see here is like, what is much better, PDF or video presentation? Since you said build relationship to your list.
You know, the proper answer there is just whatever is easiest for you to make. The good old PDF is tried and true. I mean, people love to download that. A video, if you give them a video, they have to come to your site to watch the video. If you give them a PDF, they actually get something that they can walk away with. So I like to create them both, because I like to send people to a page where they can watch the video with a slideshow attached to it, but also give them the PDF to take away, because, I mean, it's like getting a gift in the mail. Like, you like to feel the weight of it, even though it's a PDF, it's virtual. They still get to walk away with it and fill up their hard drive a little bit, so they feel like they got something.
Great. All right, let's see. Do the videos need to be personal videos for your educational follow-up, or can you use videos that pertain to the content without making the video yourself?
Sorry, can you say that again? Your audio cut out there just for 1 second.
Do the videos need to be personal videos for your educational follow-up, or can you use videos that pertain to the content without making the video yourself?
I think that the question is, do you have to be on camera with your face, or can it just be the content? Yeah. If that's the question, yeah, absolutely. Just a slideshow. Just take the content that you've got in your report, change it into a slideshow, and just voice over. Like, you can read the report and then just make some slides to the report. So when you make a slideshow, Apple keynote presentations are some of the best ones in the world to model after. They say use more imagery and less text. So just make it really enticing and engaging for the person. So as you're reading the report, just put imagery so the people can imagine in their mind and they can picture themselves being in that location, because that's how you're going to connect with the people.
Great. Another question here is, since you have 5 opt-in pages, do you use that opt-ins associated email as a starting point and continue through the email cycle from there, and then back to the first symptom email and beyond through full cycle? So essentially no specific first email, but rather dynamic with separate campaigns based on at which symptom they opt in. Let me just forward this question to you.
Yeah, I think I know what you're asking, and you know, it really depends on the level of techiness that you want to get to it. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of like a nerd. If I have 5 different opt-in pages, I've got 5 different email lists, so I can talk to the person. If the person opted in for symptom number 1, I'm going to talk to them in the follow-ups about, hey, I see you opted in to get the late night cravings report, blah, blah, blah. Here it is, and guess what? I've got these 4 other symptoms. If somebody opted in to how to obliterate the peer pressure, I would talk to them, hey, you know, I was once like you too. I had to avoid the peer pressure and stuff like that. So I would craft all my emails based on what they opted in for. So simple answer is, if you're up for it, take the time and make email campaigns specific to the opt-in page and then follow through with it. And it's not required, though. I mean, you can have one generic campaign for everything, but the more detailed you get, the more the person's going to connect with you, because they really get inside your mind like, holy crap, this guy knows he knows exactly what I want.
Great. Again, also a couple of feedback on the 21 steps and the MTTB system. If you want to get started with the same system that Darren is using right now, all you need to do is go to toptier.money. It will bring you to this form. Just fill in your first name, last name, email address, and these details here, your credit card, and you just pay 49 bucks, and you can get started with a business coach. So if this is a little bit overwhelming for you, just get started here on toptier.money. You will get a business coach, and they will help you with the 21 steps and really help you hold your hand basically and get this from the ground and get you into profits. Let's see if we have a couple more questions here as well. Kevin, I'm not sure what you mean with your question. Can Darren provide an MTTB funnel link for example purposes? Not sure what you mean, Kevin. Should we use MOBE funnel or our own funnel?
Well, like I said before, if you're just starting, you can use the MOBE funnels and you can make a lot of money with it because Matt's got them dialed in really good. What I was doing with my process flows, we create our own, and that's really how we are able to step so far ahead of the crowd because 90% of the people are going to always use the regular link. The 10% of the people will take that extra step and do something on their own, and you don't even have to do a big elaborate funnel. You just have to do something on your own because your own always converts more because people want to follow people. They want to be like somebody, and one of the main things when creating advertising or creating funnels is everybody will always say, or some of the top leaders in the industry will say, you got to create a customer profile or customer avatar so you know exactly who your target market is, and that's really what we do too. We go out and we find who do we want to target, what are their symptoms, what are their pains, but a real quick shortcut to answer that question is look in the mirror because you're here right now. You've either joined or you're listening, so you are your own best customer avatar. What are the pain points you had to overcome? What are the objections you had to overcome? What are the struggles you had to overcome? What are your desires? What do you want most in life? And that's really what it's all about. So, and that's what I started with. I market to myself. People will ask me, who's my target market? I say myself because I was a factory worker. I was a bird farmer. I used to make $350 to $400 a week. I used to work 15 to 18 hours a day. I used to be $75,000 in debt. I used to live in a mobile home trailer. I know all of the pain. I lived it, so I just market to myself.
Great. That's definitely an inspiring story. Hey, I just give you back to the presenter. If you can share your screen real quick, Darren.
Okay.
Also, another question that we're getting here is a 10-minute value report okay with a pitch to MOBE at the end? Is a 10-minute value report okay with a pitch to MOBE at the end? I guess the real question is how much value should they give before that pitch to MOBE?
It depends what the value is, because if you're explaining, let me try and give you an example. If one of the pain points, say, in this industry was you're always being left alone, and you've been through a lot of different businesses, and you don't have somebody that you can look up to or talk to, that particular video could be 10 minutes about how top-tier coaches and how the circle of influence is around, and you really are pitching, but you're educating at the same time, if you know what I mean. And then at the end, at the end of the video, it's just if you want personal help, if you want us to implement this, we've got this coach. You know what I'll try and do, Nick? Instead of trying to explain it, I'll try and dig up one of my thank you page videos that gives a little pitch. It literally was, I think it was about 8 minutes long, and it converted about 80% of the people that saw that jumped into the $49 product just because they were ready,
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep up here with the questions and comments. Let's see. Let's see.
Can you see my screen? Did you give me the screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, yeah.
Oh, okay.
we're still getting amazing. Thanks, Darren. Uh, Okay, so people would like to see some funnel and opt-in pages as an example. Guys, what we're going to do, we're going to create a separate webinar for that. So in the MOBE Elite Earners Call, we're going to invite Darren to really do a deeper training on really like, the pages and the funnels and just on a deeper level training. Right now, there's not enough time to cover that. As you could see, the funnel is quite extensive. So, we're going to have a different webinar for that. So for everybody that's already involved with MOBE, you have access to that. Just go to your mobeoffice.com, your MOBE back office, click on daily calls, and we will make sure that we have Darren there either this upcoming Tuesday or maybe the next one. You have to see what fits best in Darren's schedule. If you're not in MOBE currently, just go to toptier.money and get started with your business coach so we can help you set up your business. Getting a question here, how much money should a newbie spend on traffic?
I mean, that's a tough call. I mean, it depends on a lot of factors. I mean, it depends on where you're advertising to, depends what your budget is. I mean, it also depends on how dialed in the traffic source is. I mean, if you just are going to throw your money at any advertising source that comes at you, you're going to burn a lot of money. But when you do all of the research and you really know your target market, you're all of a sudden going to uncover a lot of places that you can place your ads. And I guess here's a very simple example. If you did research in forums, for example, and you found some really good forums where people had these burning questions for, maybe you found like the work-at-home moms who really want to make a lot of money and they've got a lot of time because they're at home and they're chattering about different pain points. You get in there and you solve those issues, and then you maybe buy some banner space in that exact forum, answering the question that's being asked so many times that is not being answered. That to me is a targeted lead. That one is not going to cost you very much to get a conversion. If you build your reports for work-at-home moms and you go to blue-collar steel mill worker men, you're going to burn a lot of money and get zero conversions. So it really it takes a little bit of time and energy to research. So how much can you spend or should you spend? I don't really have the answer to that. When I got started, I spent a few $100s on ads, but when you make a sale, you got to reinvest it. Don't take the money and just go spend it on a night out. If you make $1,000, pay yourself back for the advertising spend, and if you got $500 left, increase your budget. Maybe take $200 and put it in your pocket and put the other $300 back in. So next month you got $500 plus $300, and all of a sudden you've got a little bit more. Just keep growing your budget all the time. So whatever you're comfortable with is the right answer.
Great. Yeah, another question is here: Is each email you send out? Does each email you send out have a call to action? For instance, go to your blog or video.
Yes. Yeah, it's a waste of an email if you don't have a call to action in it.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to information and solutions, people aren't going to be upset at that. If you're going to go to a sales page every time or a random affiliate offer every time, people aren't going to open it. But if you've got really good content, I mean, I'm on some lists where the guy emails every day. It's a real short one with about one paragraph and a half, and then it's a link to read the rest of the story. And I'm always so intrigued because I get a paragraph and a half in, he sucked me into it, and I have to click to get to his blog to read the rest. To me, that is a great email because it sucked me into it.
Great. That's funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna close down this webinar. We have covered a lot of questions here, and I think it's been very, very helpful for a lot of you guys. I've seen a lot of comments and feedback here in the Facebook group, in the MOBE community, and also here on the questions tab here on the webinar. So again, if you're not involved in MOBE and you want to get on the webinar with Darren, where he's going to dive deeper into his funnels, get started. Toptier.money is where you need to be. You see it here on Darren's screen. HTTP toptier.money. Go there and get started. If you're already a member of MOBE, you will get a notification from either myself or Matt Boland, and we will invite you to this webinar with Darren Salkeld. We just need to see what fits best in the schedule, and then we will get it going. That's it for now. Thank you so much, Darren, for your time. I really, really appreciate it in your busy schedule that you, and also, your transparency of just, giving this to people. This is definitely not a webinar that you see often where somebody is really like diving deep into their business and giving away their insider secrets. Your results speaks for themselves, 3.8 million. It's really, really, extraordinary. So I'm very grateful, very grateful.
All right, thanks for having me out there tonight, and thanks to everybody who's on and stayed on, and I really appreciate everybody, and I can't wait to see some results. So, I mean, if you're a guest, get started in MTDB. If you're already a Titanium member, let's go have some fun in Dominican and introduce you to the circle of influence, get in, build some relationships. If there's still a spot or two left at Immersion, I mean, claim one of those spots. I'm going to be there helping out Matt at Immersion, so we can talk, we can do videos together, we can do a lot of things at Immersion.